Hello, good morning, and welcome to Football Nutmeg. My name is Philip, or you can call me Homofields. Thank you for being here with us once more to talk about the World Cup playoff qualifiers for Africa, where you have the likes of Senegal playing Egypt, the likes of Mali versus Tunisia, you have Nigeria, Ghana, you have Cameroon, Algeria, and Congo DR versus uh, let me see, Congo DR should play. Okay, I'll get that upon us. So, but specifically for this show, we are concentrating on Senegal, Egypt versus Senegal. The first leg will be coming up on the 24th of March this month, which is next week, and the second leg will be coming some few days in between, but which is 29th of March as well. So I think it's a good one. This time is the winner takes all. If you win your two matches, you qualify. It's all about what you do at home and what you do away. And for me, I think teams have to take this in serious. It is not a Nations Cup. This is a World Cup qualifier. Africa only has five teams to go to Qatar 2022. And for me, it is a good one. And we need our strong hands to go there. But for these two teams, Senegal and Egypt, they met in the finals. As you can remember, they met in the finals of the Nations Cup last month, and it was a thrilling final. It ended in a penalty where Senegal took the day to win their first Nations Cup in as many as the history of Nations Cup is concerned. But this time is a fight for the World Cup for these two rivals, and they have to renew the rivalry in Egypt at first, then before they go to Senegal, the Senegalese capital Bamako, to renew to continue their rivalry. And for me, if you look at the setup for these two teams, they have everything going up for them. They have the two best players currently in the Premier League and also in the world as well. The likes of Sadio Mane for Senegal and Mo Salah for Egypt. But for Senegal, if you look at what they have as players, paraded as players, when we looked at the Nations Cup vividly well, you will see that they have world-renowned stars like the likes of Sarr, the likes of Koulibaly behind, the likes of Mendy, the likes of Sis. They have world-renowned stars playing in England, playing in Spain, playing in France, the bulk of them. So I think for me, it's a good one for them. They can have that continuity. They are very, very strong defensively. They are very, very strong going forward as well. And for me, they should have everything going for it. And for when you look at Egypt, they have a man called Mo Salah in their attack, but they are very, very solid. Most of them play at home, except for a few of them like the likes of Trezeguet, Mo Salah, and some few. But the likes of Mamusha also, I think they played their trade. He also played his trade overseas as well. So when you look at these two teams, you have to ask yourself who will carry the day at the end of the day. Will it end up nil-nil in Egypt and end up nil-nil in Senegal, and at the end of the day we go back to the penalties? For me, I don't think so. It's all about home advantage, especially when you are playing behind your home fans. You have to take the advantage. So for me, guys, would Egypt carry the day, or will Senegal continue from where they stopped from the Nations Cup? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Please, can you kindly drop an answer to us and tell us if Egypt will continue from where they stopped, or will Senegal carry the day? For me, I think that's a good one. That would be a showpiece for them. Okay, when we look at the Egyptian team, the way they were set up in the Nations Cup under Carlos Queiroz, who wasn't in the final, I think for me it was disappointing that he wasn't in the final. But when we look at the way those Egyptian teams were set up, starting from the first match of that Nations Cup where they played Nigeria and lost by a lone goal, I think Carlos Queiroz in his mind was thinking that yes, I don't really have a team. Though I have a Musala in the team, but my team is not full with that guy, that style, that. But they have this technicality and they can adapt in every situation, and that is why I thought that there was a change in formation during the Nations Cup that allowed them to move gradually, gradually and gradually. They went on finding themselves. and at the end of the day, they reached the final, but they lost against Tunisia. But this time around, they are playing at home in the first leg on the 24th of March. What will be in Carlos Queiroz' mind? What do we think that will be? Will there be a change of formation? Will there be a change of personnel? I don't think there will be as much as many change of personnel for that team. I don't think there will be as many change in personnel for the team. What I think there will be, there will really be something really different going forward from the Egyptian side. From the Egyptian side, something really dynamic and different. But we'll learn from them. We'll learn from that soon on how they will they will they will pan out in the Nations Cup itself. I think it's a good one for them. It's a really good one for the Egyptian side. Um, but let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Okay, guys, if you are watching us live, can you kindly subscribe to our channel if you know what if you like what we are doing. I'm supposed to have a guest here, but I don't think he is online now. But tell me what you think about this match. Tell me what you think the Egyptians will do with respect to how they uh, how they how the lineup against the Senegalese on the 24th of March, and tell me your prediction who will win at the end of the day. At the end of the day, so kindly drop us uh, that like and subscribers that we need. Kindly drop us that like and subscribers that we need for these qualifiers, and see. Let's see how far it will be. Okay, for the Egyptian squad, let me see. I don't think so. Uh, this is not what I need. Let me see. I think I okay. For the Egyptian squad, let's see the Egyptian squad. World Cup squad. Yes, Egyptian World Cup squad. Let's see what they have in terms of Egypt. Okay, that match. Let's see. Let's go back to. Let's really go back to. Okay, when we look at their road to this final, let's show you the Egyptian road to this final. Let's see what they talked about. Okay, let's go back to their road to the World Cup finals and see. Okay, when we look at their road to the World Cup final they played against Egypt, they played against Libya, played against Angola, they drew against Angola 2-2. Played against Libya home and away, and they won one goal to nil at home, and they went to trash Libya away. They also played against the Gabonese side when they won 2-1 against the Gabonese side in the now, but in the third round of this, so in the third round, they are playing Senegal on the 25th, sorry, and on the 29th. So that will be for the date for the time of those matches. It will be at 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time, and the second leg in Senegal will be at 6 p.m. Senegalese time, which I think is a good one for the Senegalese. Let's see. Uh, we've not had. We are supposed to have Roland on the show today. Let's see. Wow. Wow. How comes? How comes? Hold on. You can't have Roland on the show. Why? Well, it's supposed to be on the show. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's send him a message. How come did we miss this? Okay. Send him a message. Okay. Okay. Roland on the show. Okay, guys. So, guys, I don't know. Just Just we couldn't be okay. Tell me what you think at the end of the day about this match. I want to sample your opinion quickly. Let's get Rulan online. I think we didn't. Okay, let's get him online. Let's get him online. Makes sense. Quickly. Let's get him online quickly. Okay, yeah, guys. I don't know what you think, but do we think that it will be so feisty as what we saw in the World Cup between these two teams? Tell me what you think. Before we have our guest joining us quickly, tell me what you think. Do you think? Let's see. Let me drop this message. Do you think we'll see a repeat of the AFCON finals between Senegal and Egypt? Roland is with us now. Hello, Roland.
Yeah, Mr. Philip, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay, good to have you on the show. Quickly, do you think we'll see a repeat between do you think we'll see a repeat of the AFCON finals between Senegal and Egypt as we move quietly and closely into that March 25th debacle in Egypt and also the March 29th debacle in Senegal? Do you think we'll see that repeat?
Well, I think that game between Egypt and Senegal, it will be one of the most difficult matches that anyone can actually predict, because of course we mustn't forget the AFCON final that the both team actually played, and the Senegalese actually won their first Nations Cup instead of Egypt. So for me,
Yeah.
naturally, because I'm a West African, and I want Senegal to actually progress to the 2022 World Cup. But of course, the first leg will be played in Cairo, intimidating venue, intimidating stadium. The fans are football crazy. They are passionate about their national team, and they also know that they were also part of the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and of course, they are looking for a repeat to qualify for back-to-back World Cup. So for the Senegalese, and they have their work cut out. And one of the good things is two legs. So even if you go in Cairo, if you go to Cairo and you end up losing, of course, you'll be coming to Dakar, your home ground, which of course you should be able to also even the scoreline and progress to the 2022 World Cup. Sorry. So for me, I'll be supporting the Senegalese national team. I think they have good players. They have quality players on that team. Of course, for the Egyptians, you can't take anything away from them. Also, we also know the quality, the pose in that team. The likes of Mohamed Salah. You have El Neni. You have Fati. You know that team is equally solid, and they went all through to the finals of the AFCON Cup of Nations. So you won't even see their performance in the AFCON Cup of Nations as a failure, because after losing their first game against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, a lot of persons never gave Egypt a chance to actually progress to the finals of the AFCON Cup of Nations. Of course, we know they are the most successful team in African football. While for the Senegalese, it's a golden generation. They boast some quality players. I think Koulibaly, one of the best centre back in not just Italian football, but also in Europe. He's up there with the best centre back. And then you have the guy that plays for Liverpool. That's talking about Sadio Mane. who was given the best player of the tournament, the
Uh-huh.
concluded AFCON Cup of Nations in Cameroon. You have Sa, um, you have Aliou Cisse, you have Diao, you have quality players that plays in Ligue 1. They play in French, they play in Ligue 1. You see them also in the English Premier League. So for me, I think that game is equally balanced. But of course, I will always attach sentiment because of course I'm a West African, like I said, and it's natural that I will root for Senegal. I will support Senegal and let them qualify. If it's left for me to pick, say Roland, just pick the 5 teams to qualify. I think Senegal will be one of those teams I'll pick to qualify for the 2022 Qatar World Cup because we actually need our best in Africa to go to Qatar and make us proud.
Okay. Okay. Well, I agree with you that both teams are evenly balanced. Going into this tournament, and both teams know themselves after what we saw in the AFCON final in February. But do you think that there will be a change of personnel going forward in these teams?
Yeah, for me, like we always say, you don't change a winning team, of course, but I think one or two players will be are suspended for the encounter. Maybe they got an extra yellow card in the AFCON final. Okay, one or two players will be suspended, and we also know that there are injury worries in both camps.
Yeah.
So of course, you can always change personnel when you have injury concern, when you have somebody that is suspended like a yellow card and everything, and maybe COVID cases, and then you can always change your personnel. Otherwise, I don't think the Senegal national team coach or the Egyptian national team coach will want to make any significant change because, like I said, you don't change a winning team. But of course, what both teams need going forward, you need cohesion. You need to dominate play. You need to create chances. And while you create chances, your forwards should be able to finish those chances because, like I said, this is a two-legged match. It's a final for both teams because if you miss out on the World Cup. And it's quite sad that Salah and Mane, one of them will not be going to the 2022 Qatar World
Yeah,
Cup.
for sure, for sure. Okay. For those of us that are watching or that will watch this video, kindly subscribe to our channel, kindly like our videos, and you have a chance to watch the Super Eagles match in. I think I have 2 tickets. I will be having 2 tickets at the end of the day that I will give to our 500 subscribers. If you be our 500 subscriber, then you have a chance to win a ticket. And if you can, okay, let me just put it this way: 500 is a tall order. If you can keep us, if you can be our 200 subscriber, you get 1 ticket, and if you are 500 subscriber, you get 1 ticket. For those that are watching us live, please, and for those that will be watching the video, my email address is just go to about us on the YouTube page, and you get my email address there. Um, I'll be contacting those as long as you are in Abuja or anywhere you are in Nigeria. If you want to watch that match, just let me just subscribe to my page, and you have an opportunity to win a ticket going into that Nigerian versus Ghana second leg in Abuja on March the 29th. Okay, Roland, quickly, this 30 minutes show. When you look at the Senegalese, I call them a complete side. And the reason why I call them a complete side is that even their bench are very, very good going forward. And they are the only team. I think this should be their second. This should be their since they qualified in 2002 qualified. I don't think they've gone to the finals again, World Cup finals again. I don't know. I don't think they've gone to the World Cup finals. I think this should be their second attempt World Cup to the World Cup. But when you look at the team, this team, I think it's a reminiscence of the 2002 team. I don't know what you think about it.
Well, I think for some of us, we need to give this particular team that won the Nations Cup as their greatest team ever, because of course the 2002 team at the World Cup could have they could have become the best team because that team has a lot of quality players. You have the likes of Tony Silva. We all know their goalkeeper Hela Diouf,
Yeah,
Diata, Fadiga, Amara Traore, Alusise,
yeah,
which is their current national team coach, and you have Ferdinand Kohli, Omar Diallo, Abibe. You know Abibe in the English Premier League, and a lot
yeah.
of them. Now like you said, they've only qualified for 2 World Cups. You understand the 2002 and 2018, and of course the
Yes, yes, yes,
2018.
yes.
Yeah, a lot of those players that were part of the 2018, they also won this Nations Cup. You look at the likes of Sadio Mane, he was part of 2018 World Cup squad, Koulibaly, Idrissi Gueye, Salif Sane, Musa So, you look at Musa Konate, Alfred Ndaye, a lot of these guys, they were part of the 2018 World Cup. So there is experience already in that team. But I think for a team like Senegal, you expect them that probably they would have qualified for the FIFA World Cup maybe 4 or 5 times. However, despite the fact that they made their debut in 2002, if they've qualified for 2006, 2010, 2014, it would have been like fifth World Cup when compared to the likes of Nigeria, Cameroon, even the Egyptians. I think the Egyptians have actually qualified for a lot of World Cup. So for me, I think this Senegalese team is solid. Like I said, I would call them the greatest Senegalese team ever because of course
By virtue of them doing
by
what
virtue
they
of
want to
winning,
do.
yes, by virtue of them winning the AFCON Cup of Nations. So I will call them the biggest, the best Senegalese team ever that we've seen. So I think for Egypt, they are not newbies as regards the World Cup. Their first World Cup was in 1934. You know, they actually
Exactly.
qualified for the first World Cup in Italy far back in 1934. Then they didn't
Yeah.
qualify until 1990. They went to that 1990 World Cup. Then also they also qualified in the 2018 World Cup. Then now they have 2022 alongside Senegal that they have to battle out for the ticket. And if you look at the Egyptian national team, a lot of those players like the likes of Egazi, Trezeguet, Mohamed Salah, Shenwe, they were all part of that 2018 World Cup. We saw their group games when they played up against Uruguay. They were in the same group with Saudi Arabia and also Russia. In fact, Egypt finished bottom pot in that 2018 World Cup. It was quite embarrassing because, of course, you had the likes of Saudi Arabia that you expect the Egyptians to actually probably win. You can say Uruguay and Russia were the host nation. So let's say Uruguay because of they had quality players, the likes of Luis Suarez, Edison Cavani. You had so many quality players in that
Quality players,
Uruguay,
yes, that's it.
yeah, in that team. So it's natural. Okay, you expect them to win the group. Come on, but of course Egypt should be pulling their weight against a Russian national team, and also Saudi Arabia should finish bottom. So as regards their performance in the last World Cup, ordinarily I would want to choose. That's why I said I would choose for Senegal to actually make it, because of course the last time Egypt went to the World Cup, they were embarrassing. They conceded 6 goals and they scored only 2 goals, and they finished bottom in their group. Of course, a lot seems to have changed. We also know when they played against Uruguay, it was a late goal by Jimenez. That game was always going to come to a goalless draw. So it's evenly balanced and it's open for both teams. But like I said, I'll be rooting for the Senegalese national team to progress instead in the place of the Pharaohs of Egypt.
Okay, that's a good one. That's I think being who you are, being a West African, you always support your own. That's so important.
But there are some persons that will not support our own. Some persons will support Egypt.
Exactly. But that's football for you. You expect you don't expect everybody to follow you at all times. Okay, finally, your prediction. I know you've gotten you told me you've given us a glimpse of your predictions on how you predict the first leg of this match of this game.
I think the first leg in Cairo will have to be a draw, maybe 1-1, 1-1 goalless. That's how I see
I
the
saw.
score line.
I just asked you that question because I needed a statistics. I've seen that Egypt have always struggled at home. I think if I looked at their World Cup runs, they've always struggled at home. Let me just see. Egypt were World Cup qualifier, the first and second one. Let's see. I can pull that one up. Egypt. I think they struggled at home, but they solid away. That's how I see their run. In that group, they had Angola, they had Gabon, and they had Libya. In that group that they made it to Nations Cup, and I knew they struggled against the Libyans at home. They won 1-0 at home, and also went back. I think they played a back-to-back with the Libyans and beat the Libyans away. Away they've not had problem away, but when you look at that group with Gabon and Angola are not that a serious footballing nation anymore that we used to know them. But at least for me, they did the job that they expected to do with regards to how they played these games. I think it's a good. I think they even played 2-1 with Gabon, but they struggle at home. But they have to be very careful of this Senegalese side. And Senegalese side, for me, I think they have players that have experience and have played in Europe, and players that are fearless as well. So they will not just come there and the decisions will not just take that because you have a 13 man on the pitch that they can take advantage of that 13 man. The Senegalese side are very, very ruthless and they will take advantage of that. That I know.
Yes, I agree with you. Absolutely, I agree with you. You're looking at most of the Senegalese players that have had a good number of caps, 40 caps, 50 caps, vastly experienced players at this level. However, most of them they went to just qualify for just one World Cup. I think you can also look at the same thing, if not just Musa that played just one in 2018. You can look at Senegal, the last time they played in the World Cup was 2018, and then you have just those few players that have played in the World Cup. The one World Cup, Egypt, the same thing goes to them, and Tunisia, and the Ivorians, and a lot of these teams in Africa. They are not experienced at that level, like experience, because of course you can look at European teams. You see certain players that have played in 2-3 World Cups. You look at South American team, 2-3 players that have played in 2-3 World Cup, and Germany like that, and what have you, France inclusive. You look at France, Pogba 2014, 2018, then now he's going to play 2022. Hugo Lloris, the same thing, then you look at okay, of course, the young guy Mbappe has just played in 1 World Cup and he's waiting for his 2nd World Cup. So you look at there is experience in that French team. And I think Benzema also played the 1 World Cup 2018. Yeah, so yeah, that will always be this different whenever Africans will come up against the Europeans. But I want to believe all the 5 African teams that will qualify for this World Cup, the 5 of them, there's no way the 5 of them can leave group stage. At least 1 or 2 should be able to progress to the next round.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, that's a good one, Roland. Thank you so much for. Okay, I didn't ask you for your second leg predictions, please.
Yeah, the second leg I'll give Senegal a victory, 2-0 victory, 1-0 victory in Dakar. But the first leg I'm seeing a 1-1 draw or a goalless draw.
Okay, thank you so much, Roland. We'll have you when we talk about the Super Eagles on Saturday in the morning. Hopefully, we'll have you on the show. Thank you so much for being part of us, and kindly subscribe to our channel for those that are viewing this video, and we will have an opportunity to win a ticket for the Super Eagles match that is coming up on the 29th of March in Abuja. Thank you so much. Okay, that will be the end of our show. I will see you next time when we meet tomorrow, and we'll talk about the match between let me see. I think that should be the match. I will have Hamza on the show. Let me see. Let me look at that match. We'll have Hamza on the show. We'll be looking ahead between Mali and Tunisia in that group, in their group. So let's lock it on tomorrow. Thank you so much.